Hey, it's Steve with AdMachines. Today we're going to be building a plumbing demand ad. I'm going to show you how we help our clients attract their very best customers, how we help them really position their brand as the go-to unique choice in their market. All right, so first things first, let's look at an ad that does not make sense, that does not follow our model. This is a cookie cutter ad from a pretty sizable company in my market north of Boston. And if you type in plumbers near me, you're going to find an ad just like this one somewhere in your market as well. Just, ads that are slapped together with no thought, no back end process, no strategy. If you're not putting the time, effort, and energy in building good quality ads, you're going to see that in the numbers. You're going to see higher cost per leads, low response rates, low conversion. You can really control, to a certain extent, the quality of the lead by putting together the right language, the right offers, setting the right expectations. And what you see here is somebody that just was lazy. And plumbers near me. I live in Newburyport, Mass. Local plumbers in Newburyport available now. Same day service available. We'll be there in 60 minutes for the best commercial and residential plumbing. This company, I don't think they even do commercial. If they do, that's new to me. Service in New England. That consists of 5 states. They're only 25. They're only in a 25-mile radius north of Boston. Contact us today. All right. So pretty weak. Pretty boilerplate, cookie cutter. If you see ads like this one in your market, then they're pretty easy to beat. All right. And these are budget bleeders. You got to keep in mind the term plumbers near me, that's about a $50 keyword. All right. So every time somebody clicks on this ad, it's costing that company $50. So you want to make sure that you put your best foot forward and you put a lot of thought into the messaging that you're going to put out into the world. So I'm going to show you an ad like this one. This is an AdMachines ad that we built for a client. But really, when you look at the sales funnel, it's the number of clicks that you get out of the traffic that is available in the market and your response rate, or the technical term, click-through rate, right? So out of the 515 searches last month, I got 78 clicks at a 15% click-through rate. So those are numbers that you want to look for. And if you're not getting click-through rates over 10 points, then it's not a campaign probably worth running, unless, of course, there's some strategic reason for it. All right, so you definitely want to focus in on these numbers when you are trying to impact your sales funnel. It all has to do with your ad copy, right? Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but I followed 10 advertising commandments, and the one commandment that we're going to talk about today is Steve's ad copy formula. So we're going to break this ad down. I'm going to walk you through point by point what we're doing. We're not just slapping this together. We follow a very defined process. We work with our clients in determining, what works, what doesn't work. And I have put together more plumbing ads than I care to admit over the last 20 years. And, I think I know a thing or two about building an ad that can stand on its own 2 feet. All right, so let's take a look at the ad copy formula. First things first, I'm going to start with an offer. $47 off any plumbing repair. All right, it doesn't have to be money off. I can't tell you how many companies I've worked with and I continue to work with that are really against putting out some kind of direct offer. Direct advertising is highly effective. I guess there's a thought that it's going to attract the wrong type of lead, and I would disagree with that. Listening to phone calls, I only think it helps you. I think it definitely positions you very different. So you want to think of, what is your direct offer? What is the incentive? What's the one thing that you do that's unique and different that you can offer somebody to click on your ad and to call you and do business with you, right? Call to action. So we have a very simple call to action here. It's pick up the phone and call now, right? Call now. We are open. Call now for an experienced, clean, and reliable plumbing service. We're open 24/7. So what I'm doing there is I'm actually combining the call to action with setting the stage or setting the buying criteria, which is another ad copy formula component. I'm communicating to the homeowner that, hey, we're experienced, we're clean, we're reliable, and we're open 24/7 for your convenience. So, you know, make sure you work in a call to action. Something as simple as pick up the phone and call us will go a long way in helping you increase your response rates. Local licensed and highly skilled plumbers standing by. That's another way of establishing the buying criteria. You can do that as often as you'd like. As many things that make you unique and different, the better, right? Speed. This is a speed campaign. Speed sells on demand. This campaign will capture those people in their highest degree of pain. They didn't plan on calling you. They have a plumbing emergency. 8 times out of 10, they're looking for a plumber who can come solve their problem, okay? And if you are capturing those opportunities, you want to be able to be the first, to be the most reliable. Now, I'm not saying, go do 90-minute service. I think when you can define, how fast you can respond, that is an advantage. And I think same-day service is overused. So maybe you want to start with the 4-hour window. Now, you're not locked into anything. Keep in mind, this is Google Ads. If you're running an ad in a particular city, you can line up that message. If it's your backyard, you can do a 60-minute, 30-minute response because you're right around the corner. You may not do that 25 miles away from the shop, but that could be something that you try, and that will help you get in front of those types of opportunities. Right? Trust. If I look around today at any market, I'm going to find companies that have good solid companies, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 reviews, 5-star reviews, and they're not using that in their ad copy. That language is not built in, and that's really a sign that they're being managed in a very cookie cutter way. So you want to take advantage of what you have working for you and what's unique and different about your company. So if you can position 2,000 5-star reviews, let's make that happen. Put that into the ad copy. In fact, I would lead in with that, right? So another way you can establish trust is how long you've been in business. Reputable A+ BBB rating. I'm not sure that resonates with some of the younger homeowners, but definitely the older ones will know what that means. Next is establishing the value add. So everything after offer, call to action, speed, and trust is icing on the cake. You want to hit those 4 areas first: offer, call to action, speed, and trust. And as long as you have those 4 elements, then you have a decent ad. Okay. But if you can establish these remaining components, then you're just going to really polish that ad up, dial it in, and make it focus. So a value add would be something like, we test the quality of your drinking water with every repair. All right. So that's additional value. It helps you set the buying criteria. It gives a homeowner the checklist, the golden standard. What is the golden standard in the market? Hey, listen, we're the company that tests your drinking water every time we come out and do something here for you. Um, other, they call other shops, other plumbing companies, that CSR isn't going to know what that means. What do you mean test the drinking water, right? So you can use that to your advantage. And that's, when you strategically put together ads like this, you don't have to run in first position and spend $50 a click. You might get away with second or third position with a really good ad and get the good quality leads because people like to naturally self-select and they weigh their options before they make a decision. I don't know. I remember the stat. It might have been something like you capture somebody's attention in the first 6 seconds on a Google search. That's probably changed. But um, what can you do real quick in an ad that is going to establish value, right? You'll see that on a drain cleaning loss leader ad. We'll run a complimentary camera inspection with every drain cleaning, right, on a main line, right? So, um, how can you give away a piece of value? Free filter with every AC tune-up, right? Bold promise or guarantee. I'll tell you the one thing you don't want to say. Satisfaction guaranteed. It's too generic. You always want, if you're gonna work this into the ad copy, you want to qualify it and put numbers behind it, or give it a name like Bob's awesome 10-point guarantee, right? And then that gets somebody to click to your landing page and you can explain the 10 points, right? So we stand behind our work with a 5-year labor warranty. We are the old home experts, and what I'm doing there is I'm just adding a layer of differentiation. We're the old home experts. We're highly experienced. Um, we have flexible evening and weekend appointments available, and that's an example of a barrier. Some people may call and it may not be an emergency and they need an appointment on a Saturday, and that's something that you can accommodate. Or perhaps it's financing. And most of sales objections are time and money, right? So if you can help somebody remove those barriers in your sales copy, that's going to make your CSR's life so much easier in converting a lead to a book call, right? And of course, in every opportunity you have, make sure you work in some kind of local factor. We definitely see a much higher response rate with those clients who run a local phone number versus an 800 number. So these are the components. I've put together a template here that you can download. You can practice. And let's put it back together now, right? So I'm going to take my ad copy and now I'm going to explain to you how we work it into Google. And I'll just walk you through point by point. So now we have the business logo. If you have a verified account, which I highly recommend, you have the ability to work in your business logo and your company name. And what I don't have in here, and I built this slide about a week ago, there's a new feature now that, and this is how fast things move in the Google world, you'll see a check mark that says that this company has been verified, and that's on Google Ads. So that's pretty cool, right? We have our display URL, and you'll notice I work in my speed here. Same day, plumbing repair, 90-minute plumbing repair. I have my reviews. Now this will only show if you have your Google Business account integrated with the Google Ads account. We do this with all of our clients. So when you have that set up, you'll start to see your reviews follow you in your ad copy. Expanded headline. We're using Google's automatic split testing. But what we like to do is we program Google to show certain elements in certain positions that we know work. And the last thing you want to do is allow Google to automatically reposition these elements. So you want complete control over how your message appears. So I always like to start off with the direct response, the speed, and then the trust. All right. So that's how I use my headline, direct offer, speed, trust. Okay. I'm using Google's image extension. That's awesome. This builds another element of trust. And we actually track the different images that will appear. We have to set this up. And it's very interesting to see that some images will outperform other images. For example, I have a client that he's an older gentleman. He's in his 50s, and there's a picture of him holding a wrench. And then we have some young guys. We have like 3 young guys in the picture, and for whatever reason, his picture outperforms the young guys 10-1. That's something that we're definitely looking at every single day with our clients. We're using an expanded description here. And this is where we work in that line, call Carter now for experience. So I have my call to action. Experience, clean, and reliable. We're setting the stage. We're open 24/7, local licensed and skilled plumber. So all of this is setting the stage and brand differentiation. Since 1975, we have trust again. We stand behind our work. Here's our bold promise, our guarantee. And typically, now Google is not going to serve all of these features all at once, unless, of course, you've been a long-standing advertiser and you don't have a lot of competition in your market. You'll notice that maybe 2 or 3 of these features will appear. I want certain elements displaying in certain campaigns. I certainly want my phone number appearing on this campaign, especially on mobile. So I'll set up the call extension. Structured snippets, this is basically adding another layer of height to the ad. And even the size of the ad is one way to stick out in the market. The more real estate that you take up in a particular Google auction will help you get a better response rate. And then we have our trust factors here. And then request a free water test kit, $129 value. I never use the word free unless I attach value, okay? I'm not a big free guy. I don't like ads that, give away free estimates because, we get good lead volume. Our numbers look good when we do that, but that's really not helping our clients. We want good quality leads. So, if you're just starting out, you want to focus on quality over quantity and take it slow as you ramp up, right? So that's what you have here, folks. You have a AdMachines ad, all baked out, using all Google's features, following my ad copy formula.